Hey everybody, if we have anybody watching right now, this is just a test. We're just kind of seeing how things are looking. It's currently 4:56. We go live at 6:30 for virtual Corks and Forks. We hope you'll tune in then when we have guests and all sorts of wines and foods and look at that, we're testing things out. Actually, go ahead and do that for me, Ken. Look at that. That bottle of wine right there. And across the way, I've got Jerry Johnson sitting at the table. Hi, Jerry.
How's everybody doing? I'm excited. You are too.
So, so we're just kind of testing things real quick. And actually, nobody saw any of those things because, let me see here. There we go. There's Jerry, everybody.
Hope you're excited. I know I am.
This is why we do these things. And here is our close-up of the bottle of wine. Let's check that out. Thank you, Kim. Look at that. Such an awesome Vanna.
Would you like to give me my solo camera?
We've already done that. You're good.
Okay. Excellent.
So that's what we're doing. We're just kind of testing things out right now, and it's a good thing we did because I forgot to hit the button. Okay. The button that changes the things.
Yeah.
Have to do that.
Buttons make the world go round.
Buttons make the world go round. I'm going to go back to Jerry real quick. So how's the weather over there? The atmosphere good?
It's actually quite pleasant being so socially distant from you guys across the room.
Yeah.
And for here in the Amloid Gallery, it's just beautiful.
For those who might be wondering when this thing happens, we are being as careful as we can with this. We're going to be wiping things down in between segments and just trying as hard as we can to be as safe as we can. But we're going to have guests, we're going to have wines and spirits. We've got a full-on bourbon segment with our partner, Famous Wine and Spirits. Lucky's going to be here with some other fellas to taste some bourbons. So a lot of awesome stuff, a lot of foods that we're going to have here. And we hope that you pick up some food too, curbside. You can go to DecaturArts.org. We've got a list of our participating restaurants from the Corks and Forks gang. And you can still give Lucky Famous Wine and Spirits some outside, get some alcohol, get some wine ahead of time. And you know what? Because we are trying things out, let's go ahead and say right now that it's all possible thanks to these fine folks that you're seeing on your screen. These are our awesome sponsors. And there's a whole bunch of people behind the scenes that are making this possible too. That we're really pleased to be working with, and just really awesome. Jerry, why don't you tell us a bit about what we have going on another website? We've got an auction going on, yes?
Absolutely. We have an auction associated with our Corks and Forks event. If you go to our website, DecaturArts.org, and the virtual Corks and Forks event page, you'll find a link to our auction. We have 10 items donated by folks from around the community. The auction started a few days ago and ends tonight at 9 p.m. So you want to go there and check out the various items. Some are services, some are objects and art, some are just fun things, and you can bid on those. Another option that you'll find on our webpage is a link where you can buy a raffle ticket. That raffle ticket qualifies you for a chance to win a theater package for two to go see Hamilton when the Arts Council takes a bus trip to St. Louis to see it. So only $20 per ticket to get to see Hamilton for two. Includes a bus trip down, it includes a buffet lunch there at the Fox, as well as 2 tickets on the ground floor. Two great things: auction, raffle tickets, in addition to watching our Corks and Forks broadcast.
Right on. And Kim, you actually have right now the look at that. That, folks, is right now the raffle for Hamilton. If you can see, there's not a whole terrible amount in there, so your chances of winning Hamilton tickets, two tickets, round trip, food, snack pack on the way home, and let me tell you, the meals at the Fox, the Fabulous Fox, oh my gosh, they treat us so right, and they're usually themed, which is a lot of fun. There's all sorts of awesome stuff happening there. You know what? This is a test. We're just testing this out. We'll talk about all this come 6:30 virtual. Be here. Be square. That doesn't work. Join us at
Join us at
6:30
6:30
virtual Corks
virtual
and
Corks
Forks.
and
We hope
Forks.
to
We
see you
hope to see you
there.
there.
And ta-ta for
Ta
now.
for now.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everybody.
everybody.
Do you want me to try to zoom in?
That was our live studio audience applauding.
I should sit up tall in my chair.
And we should have video here shortly. So hang in there. We're checking audio now because we understand that it was a bit echoey earlier. So we're just waiting to see if there's a lag in all of these things. There we go. Hi, everybody. Look at that. You don't want to see that. That's crazy stuff. Hi. I'm going for this particular test, Kim. You're right there. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
How you doing over there?
Okay.
I wish people could see how we actually have this set up.
I know.
In the gallery because we're
Maybe
not
somebody
terribly far
should
apart, but-
zoom in and just give a whole setup.
Yeah, we
To
might
the
have to do
phone.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very fascinating.
Actually, you know what? Jerry posted a photo. I know he did to Instagram. I don't know if Facebook as well. But he did post a photo of our layout.
Because it's quite the setup.
It's kind of neat, kind of weird. So anyway, this is just an audio test, everybody, and we don't know how echoey this is. We're going to say sign up right again. And so
I'm gonna
thank you
answer
for
the
being
phone.
patient with us as we check these things out. We'll see you soon. Hey, everybody, we're still just testing some things right now. We understand that audio is a little echoey, and we have an idea of why that is. So we're just gonna, if you can bear with us, we're just gonna run some audio tests and see how things are sounding. So I'm understanding now that it is. That's officially what you're saying, Kim. It's so we're gonna try something real quick.
And now we're curious how this sounds. And so we're testing this. I've got folks off in different directions, and phones are ringing too. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this sounds. I'm waiting for the good word. How are you? How's your day been? Yeah. Did you get a nap? Naps are a beautiful thing. So many more of us are getting the time for a good solid nap. That's one thing that we can say when all of this is said and done. Maybe we bring the naps back. Nap time. Let's make it happen, people. We've got a great show for you planned. I can show you. Yeah, still quite echoey. I'm hearing quite echoey. So officially. So thank you for bearing with us, everybody. We're going to try a few more things real quick. We're gonna give this a shot real quick and see how that sounds. Are all these off?
So thank you for bearing with us. We appreciate it. I'm going to go to our opening graphic here for a moment, and we'll be back in just a second. Thank you, everybody, for bearing with us.
So if I talk.
Okay, everybody, we are back, and we're still kind of trying some things out. Feel free to let us know what you think as we're working this out. But we're trying to see if we can get the audio taken care of. Is it a little crazy?
Because the lag caught But you're not talking anymore.
Excellent. Great. So we fixed the choppy part. And we've got other devices playing in the background too. It's a zoo over here right now. We are so excited for tonight. We hope you are too. And if you're watching right now, I'd like to think you are excited for Corks and Forks tonight. But you think it sounds, yeah? Okay. Folks, we're going to go away for a little bit again. We might be back. Jerry, just make all the noise you want there. Slam it down. Why not? Yeah, Kim, slam it down. Fantastic. Yeah, so much noise. That's what the people want. Lots and lots of noise. We'll see you soon, everybody. Thanks. Okay, so we are testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Test. Check. Keep talking.
No. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
There's a pin over there, Kim.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. As soon as the walking stops and the doors. Okay, we're going to do a sound test real quick if everybody can stop walking for a sec. All right, everybody stop walking. Thank you. For just a moment. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Finally, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you know, it's a bit echoey. We're in a gallery, high walls. Testing.
Not a problem. It's been a busy day for us.
And very new, very odd. Thank you for sticking with us. We hope you can hear us. We hope you can hear us.
Sure can.
Let's do something real quick. We have I'm gonna step away from this. We have some live art that we are going to be checking in on all night long. And that is Ed Lozano. Ed Lozano
There's a t-shirt and
is,
the
is with us tonight.
beach house ones.
And we're going to go over to him real quick. Ed, are you with us? Look at that.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
And what are we working on back there? Is it, I mean, I think it's fairly obvious. It looks pretty amazing.
Well, let me move my camera a little closer so you guys can see. It's a little bit askew. Let me see here. So we're backing it up. Let me get a little closer to the eyes. And back up again.
Pasta? Jeff, can you heat up pasta?
So what I'm working on tonight, do you want me to go ahead and say it? It's I'm working on a classic portrait of Marilyn Monroe.
Looks pretty awesome. Now, this is something you're going to be working on throughout the night. We'll check in with you throughout the night.
Absolutely, starting just kind of on one side, working bits and pieces, and working to completion. Going to splash a little color in some parts of this when I'm getting close to done. It's going to be kind of it's not quite all noir. It's a little bit of the black and grays, kind of a monochromatic, but we're going to add a little dash to it, a little splash to it, kind of pep it up a little bit. And when this is finished, this is a 22 by 28 framed canvas. When it is done, this will be available to purchase or whatever you guys want to do, auction or anything like that. But it's going to be 100% of proceeds goes back to the Decatur Area Arts Council. It's part of the virtual Corks and Forks. We are Apache Graphic Studios. We're located in Decatur, Illinois. We've been here since 1991. Sometimes we're the best kept secret in town. Other times, no, not so much. But if you guys want to check us out, you can always catch us on Facebook. And I'll have some little signs and information later on as we go. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and start working on some of this, continue working on that. And, you guys pop in like if you want me to scoot it up a little bit closer, I'll get closer to the work and we'll just make magic happen.
All right. Thank you, Ed. We'll check back in with you in a little bit. Appreciate it. Excited to see how that works out. Again, we want to say to everybody, thank you so much for your patience as we get some of this taken care of, because it's such a weird. We've been running tests for a couple days now, and this is just still something that we are not used to doing.
A lot of moving parts.
And a big issue for us. And again, thank you for your patience. But we are in the Amway Gallery in the Mann Arts Center. It is a big gallery, big ceiling, big open space.
It's a little like but I think I just stepped away and I took a look at Facebook and YouTube, and I think we're streaming out on both.
Decent.
If you see an issue, call our number, and Kim will tell us if that you have noticed there's something weird going on. So,
But that said, thank you so much for being with us tonight. We're so happy that you joined us. And man, we've got some good guests lined up. We're going to start visiting with some people here in about 5 minutes, which is awesome. Get some wine going, get some food going.
and I'll tell you one more, to go to our website, decaturarts.org, click on the virtual Corks Corks and Forks page, there are lots of links in there. There's a link to our online auction, which ends at 9 o'clock tonight, and there are a few of the items that are available at our online auction. A number of people have already started bidding because they opened a few days ago. It's 9 tonight, so check that out at gatorarts.org. Go to the virtual Corks and Forks page, and you'll find that online auction. Also, if you go to the virtual Corks and Forks page on our website, you'll see that a link to where you can buy raffle tickets for the opportunity to possibly win 2 theater packages, ticket packages to go see Hamilton when the Gatorade Arts Council takes its bus trip to the fabulous Fox Theater in St. Louis. That's coming up later on this year. The Fox Theater tells us they're still working on dates and negotiating with the company, but we plan to go see that show, and you could win tickets. I don't know, Jay, if you want to show that. Right now, we have a bowl full of tickets right here. This is how many people have purchased tickets. You still have an opportunity to get your name in there so that you can have a chance to win Hamilton in St. Louis. While you're on that same page, there is a link to our restaurant partners, and you can take a look at that. It includes the list of the restaurants, a link to their website and their menus, and their phone number. So you can check out their menu, get on your phone, order some curbside or some delivery, and munch along and some wine. If you haven't already, you can get some wine from Famous Wine and Spirits out on Mount Zion Road. There is a list of suggested wines on that same webpage, and all the way at the bottom, there are a couple other surprises. So just check that out, gatorarts.org, the virtual Corks and Forks page.
Okay, and so with that, I say we get to the Corks and Forks thing.
Absolutely.
Now, the whole point of what we're trying to do here tonight, as best as we possibly can, is to recreate sort of the vibe of Corks and Forks. And one of the really awesome things about a regular year of Corks and Forks is you're in a room and you get to bounce around and you get to talk to a lot of different people. You get to enjoy some beverages and you get to chat with people. So we're going to do that tonight. And we're going to start bringing some people into the mix here. I do believe over here we have the Beach House. Hello,
Hey guys.
How you doing?
So thank you for joining us, and we're going to get some stuff brought over here that you provided us with. We're very excited about that. So hold on just a moment there. We also have with us tonight, and this is kind of fun. This is
Oh no.
We're still connected.
Yeah, that would go right if that was the case.
All right, so we're going to try this real quick to see if we can get audio going again. We're not sure what's going on. Actually, I do.
know.
There we go. Sorry, some sound issues there, evidently.
This may pop up every once in a while.
Yeah, technical difficulties is just going to be a thing. So, also with us, so we have our wine. We're gonna get that open. If you can work on getting that open for us, Jerry. One of our guests will bring us over something to pop that cork with. So we've got some food and we've got some drink. Now, normally when we do Corks and Forks, we do it at the Decatur Conference Center and Hotel. Obviously, we can't do that. We can't be there right now. But you know who we have here with us, and we're very excited. We have Heather and
Hi.
Look at this.
Yes, hello.
the Decatur Conference Center.
So,
Yes, we are.
And
Yes, we're poolside opposed to the hotel with my good friends Ginger and Allie. And yes, we're heartbroken, but we're still so thrilled to be a part of it and that you're keeping it relevant and involved in the community and out here. And so we're happy to share with everyone how great the food and wine tastes.
Excellent. And you've got a decoy there. So what's the decoy that you have there?
What was that? I'm sorry.
What's the decoy that you have there with you? The wine.
Decoy. Oh, yes. We have our little Cabernet Sauvignon, and we are very excited about it. It's delicious. Cheers.
Perfect. All right. So what we're going to do, we've got some that going, which is perfect. And we're going to, things are happening here that I don't know what's going on. There we go. Perfect. Oh, the technology is just amazing. All right. We're going to kick it back over to the beach house and hopefully we'll get some of that heading over this way. Yep. So how are things going over there at the beach house? What can you tell us? What's hip? What's happening? What's shaking?
Well, it's a little interesting. We're adapting to everything that's going on. We've been feeding a lot of plant workers at ADM. And we've been helping make lunches for kids in the park. So we've been staying pretty busy with those endeavors.
That's awesome.
So it's been interesting. It's a little unusual. We're a little lonely over here, but we're having a good time. Our chef, Zach, has made a couple of great things for you guys to try tonight, though.
And I think we have some of those right here. And
it looks like a soft shell crab.
A close-up shot here on my own. Jerry's not doing it. Oh, Jerry's back. It'd be a lot easier. Here we go. We're going to show off. Look at that. What can you tell us about what we have here?
Zach?
So you have the potato gnocchi is the dish on his right. That is with asparagus, glazed carrots, and a chicken velouté. And then you have a soft shell, kind of like a lobster roll is what I did. Use soft shell crab, a little aioli, some greens, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome. So I think, Jerry, if you want to go ahead and take a bite there and let us know what you think. Okay. What am I tasting again?
That's the social crab bruschetta roll. So it's like a lobster roll, but it's a little twist on it.
All right, we're trying it now.
There's a lot of pressure.
I think I need it.
Exactly where it's at.
Right. Let's try this. This looks like the really good part. This stuff on the top is the really good part, right?
Yeah, delicious.
Yeah. Eating this.
Yes. Oh, that is so good. So good.
Take a big bite. Look at that.
That is where it's at.
Nailed
it.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
And it looks like we've got some food happening with our friends over at the pool. So the corks and the corks are happening. Let's go back actually to the cork side of it. So what we have right here is the freak show Cabernet Sauvignon and 2017. This is Jerry. You want to show them the bottle there? Look at that. We love this bottle. This is medium in body. Boasts bold flavors of raspberry, coconut, and pepper that stand out from the oak and spice related finish. This is from Breaker Beverage and available famous wine and liquor. As are all of these, and the decoys. We have the decoy happening over with our Decatur conference at their house. How's the decoy wine that you guys have?
It is delicious.
Delicious.
I think my glass has a hole in it though, because it's gone.
Keeps falling down.
Yeah, I don't think I drank it that fast. It's on, but it's so good.
Well, the decoys. In addition to the decoys, we do have the Barrington brothers over there, and we've got Tension Red. We've got the Freak Show, which we have uncorked. It is fantastic.
Awesome.
Rodney Strong, 2016 Russian River Pinot Noir. We have 1,000 Stories of Zinfandel. Decoy, Sauvignon Blanc. That's the correct pronunciation. The Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio and the decoy some.
Oh, I got the peanut too.
So all good stuff. But the freak show is quite delicious. This is cranberry dark chocolate. The is not as spiced. You can taste all of it. It's pretty good. Angie, Jerry is around town on
That's awesome.
on the food.
And I wish I could drink now, but I'm still working.
Oh
No.
Yeah.
But technically, isn't this work?
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Isn't this part of the work that you're doing right now?
Well, kind of. I've got some responsibility, so I gotta keep my wits about me.
Yeah. So how do you get a hold of you? They want to get in touch or something.
Well, they can do a lot of things. They can call us here at the beach house. It's 217-422-7202. We have been doing some limited menu items that we're featuring, but in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be broadening the menu selections and having a lot of the beach house favorites available. And they can also go onto our Facebook page. We update that every few days, at least once a week, of what items we are promoting. They can shoot us an email if they have our email. It's Todd or Angie at DecaturBeachHouse.com. But it seems like a lot of the orders are coming through on Facebook or via the telephone. And it's really easy. You can call, order ahead, and then we will bring the food right out to your car for you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So we understand that we're still experiencing some technical difficulties. We are working on that. And we're really trying to get everything ironed out. But you know, a fun thing, if you can understand me at all, is as one of our mouths are moving, just put words in there for us.
I love this idea. So the lip sync. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll try that. So which of the decoys? I'm going to toss it back over to you, Heather. Which of the decoys did you say that you were sipping on?
Well, we've got the Cabernet, but we're about ready to move on to the Pinot Noir because that's where it's at as well. We were ordering.
Checking my notes. I have so many notes over here.
I have to add to Angie's.
Strong. It should be the Rodney Strong.
Yep.
Rodney Strong. That's an awesome Pinot.
Big fan of the Pinot.
I want to come to your party.
Hey, Angie. Yeah, so we're going to try it right now, but all of that sounded great, Jason. Yes, and the Pinot Noir is probably really, yes.
Angie knows I'm a huge fan of Pinot. And also, I've been doing the take-home meals from Beach House, and they are phenomenal. And I've taken them to my family, too. And they're so good.
Mm-hmm. The girls need to drop the wine off here.
Yeah, selling it. Oh, well, wait, we're not ready. Hold on, okay. Yes. Yeah, all of the above. I got it. Just right on the taste buds. It was fantastic. Actually, it's really good. Really good? Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. It is. And you know that this is my favorite event, so it's completely crushed. but I admire how you went through with this and just the way that you're taking this approach, and it's so creative and unique and fun, and it still really just shows our local businesses and community, people like, Angie, and it's still a great way to highlight everything and everyone, and I'm just really excited to still be a part of it. But yes, looking forward to next year at the hotel again, where we can all be together. And you were my last hug before the social distancing took place, though, when you came in my office that day. I haven't hugged anyone in weeks. It was weird. I know, we were so sad. I know. Because usually we play and we're all ridiculous, and it was like, wow, wow, wow. Yeah.
Part of it.
Yes, thanks for the food. So good.
I'll have one later.
Yes, she will.
But I just wanted to say that this is one of our, thank you, and I just want to say this is one of our favorite events. It's a great community event, and we love Decatur, and we love you guys, and thanks for letting us be a part of it.
Yay! Thanks, Angie.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Delicious. We're muted. Delicious.
Okay, so evidently we lost our sound again. Hopefully this sounds okay, but check this out. This is the Decoy Sauvignon Blanc. And I am pronouncing that right, Sauvignon Blanc. Right. This enticing wine offers vivid flavors of pink grapefruit and white peach, as well as lovely notes of lemon zest and citrus blossom. That's the Decoy Sauvignon Blanc. Listen to me.
They were tasting out at the conference center? Decoy?
They had a different Decoy.
Gotcha. There's so many wines to keep up with.
There's so many wines to keep up with. And yeah, I am missing all sorts of things all of a sudden. But I tell you what, let's go to a video real quick, Jerry. Let's take a look at. We're in the gallery. Why don't we look at it? This is something that Jerry produced for the Arts Council. It was on social media a little while ago, but. Take a look at what the gallery means.
Yeah, one of our friends who comes to the gallery a lot.
Yeah.
Current circumstances mean all group programming, classes, and events have been suspended through the month of April. But when it's time to get creatively social again, we'll be ready.
Being just a regular person who lives in Decatur for decades,
Can you hear us? We are muted.
I have over the years wound up monthly going to the Ann Lloyd Gallery and just enjoying the paintings here. I've been in many museums throughout the world, and I've been always amazed how a small community, relatively speaking, like Decatur, can get art that is just, what you would see in the larger galleries.
We're planning for the future here at the Decatur Area Arts Council, inspiring creative experiences that transform our community.
Yeah, so sound continues to just be a big issue for us here, and thank you for your patience.
But that was one of our gallery friends, Arthur Gross, retired from the Decatur Public Library, and Arthur comes to our gallery on a regular basis, and what you may not have heard was him talking about how he's always impressed how the Ann Lloyd Gallery has exhibits of artwork that he believes are comparable to the galleries that he's visited all over the world, and he travels quite a bit. And so he's always been impressed that a relatively small community like Decatur can have the kind of artwork that we have here in the Alloy Gallery, and we have different exhibits every month. So it is a central element to the Arts Council. We have an exhibit, almost a different exhibit every month. April and May have been quiet, and they've been dark because, well, you know, we are planning for something in June and July. We usually have our International Arts Experience, but this year we're going to pause and move that to next year, where we will focus on Mexico. This summer, Jamie Foley, our gallery coordinator, is putting together an exhibit about Decatur. She's been reaching out to people all over the community, trying to collect art and artifacts and photographs, but a lot of artifacts that memorabilia, nostalgic stuff, not so much hardcore history, but to speak to us as to why we love our city and what the things we remember fondly about the past, say, 50 or 60 years. So she's still reaching out and collecting some things, and hopefully we'll be able to have that in our gallery in June and July, and hopefully welcome folks to come and visit. We usually have our First Friday gallery walks at the beginning of each month, which is always great. We have our gallery open. The Blue Connection next door, the Milliken student-run gallery, is open. Around the corner, Gallery 510 has an exhibit each month, and across the park, Art Farm has a small exhibit, and they're all open during our First Friday gallery walks each month. But the great thing about the gallery is that not just exhibits art, which you can come in and look for free, but it's also an important part of our arts education program. So when we have field trips that come to the gallery or offer classes, our students, young and old, usually come down here, take a look at what's down here to be inspired for their classes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Real quick, I'm interested in checking in with Ed and seeing how things are coming. Oh yeah, look at that.
Coming along.
There.
Very nice. We're getting some shading. We're getting
yeah. Let me give you a little close up because I'm kind of got you guys skewed. It's kind of hard to do the work unless I have a camera like. I need to get a helmet cam. That's what I need. So I can be like right on top of my action without my big body blocking the way.
Very nice.
Yeah. So basically, what we've been doing at this point is. We're working kind of in the eyes, getting some of the eyes down, the nose, the hair. I'm on Facebook Live right now, talking with some of my followers and discussing hair. That what I like about this is I don't like to do a lot of block stenciling. Stencil hair out. I kind of go strand by strand and build. Because Maryland has platinum hair, I'm telling people that when I do portraits. You don't want to have too much white on your canvas, on the face, mainly because it just makes the person look washed out. So you want to add some shadows, and then you can always back that out and bring the white back in some spots. So yeah, so right now we're kind of working on that.
So Ed, I have a question.
Sure.
This is Jerry. Do you usually, when you create your airbrush portraits and things like this, do you usually work dark to light in terms of your color?
No, that's a great question, and I'll tell you what, I've been trained in both. There are some subject matter, like I will tell you this, anytime you're working with doing portraits of people in ethnicity, whether they're African American, Asian, Native American, Hispanic, whatever, I tend to put an undercolor in. And it was something I was taught by a guy out of Minneapolis. His name's Malcolm McCrae, phenomenal artist. Malcolm has developed a system where you use an undercolor of purples. And then on those purples, you set down your tones of brown, mainly because in airbrush paint, most of the browns that they put in airbrush paint they have a lot of red in them. It's really hard to mix that down and kill that without just wasting a lot of other paint. So oftentimes you put an undercolor in there, a dark color, and then throw that on top and then work back to the light. That helps too.
And that way your shadows are not just black and gray, they actually glow with different colors like purple and blue.
Right, and I've done that even on some of my black and white portraits. What I've done in the past is I'll actually do that. I'll put a very light casting of a dark violet or something like that, just so that it isn't plain Jane. Anybody who's a comic book fan, in the world of comic books, if you want true black in a comic book, it's a CMYK mix. There's actually a formula that they use, because if you just did a K-tone, a black tone, and it went to the printer, when you got that comic book, the blacks in it would look gray. It needs to have form and be filled in. Almost like your printer, you can choose color printing to do black and whites or just black and white ink. Well, if you use the black ink, over time it'll fade out pretty fast. If you do it in color, it's a different story. So yes, Jerry, you're absolutely correct.
Okay.
That really enriches that.
Okay, excellent. Well, we'll check in a little bit and see how things are going. In the meantime, Jerry, we've got a guest in studio, so you're going to head over that direction.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I'm going to introduce a couple of Zoomers into the mix, starting off with our fork for the segment. And over at Coney McCain's American Eatery, I've got Hunter joining in. Hello, Hunter.
Hello, Jay. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. And it looks like you have a special guest with you.
I do. I have a life-size Grandma Flo with us tonight.
And the cool thing about that is you actually had her at last year's Corks and Forks with us, didn't you?
We did. She was a contest.
And she's kind enough to be with us this year. Grandma Flo, obviously everybody knows her as the one who makes pretty much all the awesome that goes on at Coney McCain's.
Yes.
And so she has prepared several things for us tonight. You want to tell us a little bit about what she's whipped up for us?
So I believe your dinner is our Grandma Flo's famous meatloaf dinner. We serve that now every evening, starting at 4 o'clock and all day on Thursdays.
And that is the meatloaf, and then we have the green beans.
Yep. And then I believe yours has parsley potatoes. Those are typically only for the Thursday special. The rest of the week we serve mashed potatoes with them. Awesome. And then dessert-wise, are you guys on to dessert, or do you want me to wait a couple of minutes?
You know what? Let's wait a couple minutes because
okay.
I don't have that in front of me just yet.
Okay.
It is at our other table. But in the meantime, in between time, let us say hello to our next guest. Check this out, everybody. From our good friends and good, like just every which way sponsor, pals, just nowdecatur.com. Lindsay Romano's joining us. Hello.
Hey there.
How are you?
Like my hair?
I do. That is nice. And you are joining us not from the office.
No, I've been working from home since everything kind of went down. I think earlier mid-March, and I've only left the house a number of times just to get essentials, and that is the reason I'm wearing this hair tonight. Because like many people, I desperately need a haircut and color. So I break out this wig I got for Halloween, and I really didn't end up using it. So,
For me, that's been one of the best parts. I technically have access to somebody who could cut my hair, but I figure I'm going to let it shag out like everybody else because it only seems right.
Exactly, quarantine hair.
That's right. And that needs to be a song, Quarantine Hair. Somebody get on that, do that. How are things going over at Newhoff, generally speaking? I mean,
you know, it's been a challenge for everything. I mean, a number of our small businesses in the community, and we're no different. We understand, and you know, they're really a part of our family, and you know, we're doing our best in order to support those small businesses, whether they've been affected by the shutdown or not, through a number of different programming things we're doing. We have a building support segment that we've been doing on Brian's show, Buyers and Company, from 6 to 9 in the morning, and you're really trying to get some initiatives going, really just to make sure that we all come out of this the other side.
Awesome. And on the other side of me, that's a brilliant segue, and I'm so glad that you phrased it that way. But on the other side of me right now, across the Anloyd Gallery, we actually have Jerry, and he's being joined by
our buddy Drew Lewandowski.
Good evening. Good evening.
From Decatur Brew Works.
That's correct.
So we are having a little bit of the meatloaf, potatoes, and green beans from Coney McCain's. Delicious. I'm a big meatloaf fan, so there you are. And then Drew's brought us a couple of brews to taste. So you want to tell us about what are we drinking first?
Yeah, we've got our first one here is Soy City Haze, which is a Northeast style IPA. It's 7.2% alcohol, or ABV, as they say in the biz. It's made with 4 different types of hops: Mosaic, Citra, Simcoe, and El Dorado hops. So it's kind of it's a little cloudy because that's the style, but it's juicy and fruity.
Haze, then hence the haze. Yeah. Yeah, it is juicy and fruity. You know me, I'm not a big beer drinker, but I like exotic beers. I never really liked beer until I discovered craft beers, and Drew introduced me to lots of great, unusual flavors.
This is a good beer with spicy foods, or even maybe some citrus type desserts or things like that. It would pair well with. I also brought our City Center Lager, which is 4.45% alcohol.
We may be tasting that later.
Right. You save that for later, but that's a good go with anything beer. It's crisp, it's clean. For people that aren't craft beer files yet, it's a good entry or transition from some of the lighter, more marketable beers out there.
Sure. So I could eat that with pie, or drink that with pie.
Both these beers would go great with pie. So, I don't know about the cream stuff, but maybe a porter or a stout would go well
with the cream pie, and then this beer with the apple pie.
There you go.
Excellent.
So Hunter, can you tell us a little bit about the pie? What did Tony send over for us in terms of pie?
I believe we sent you an apple pie and a Heath chocolate pie, both of which yes. And then for you specially, we sent you a piece of gluten-free cake.
You did, and I'm going to show that sucker off right now. Look at this. This is me reaching over very awkwardly to show you the close-up of the gluten-free, which is amazing. And thank you so much for that. And these, just to be completely fair and upfront with everybody, Grandma Flo does occasionally make gluten-free pies and cookies and pastries and things like that. But it's hard to kind of monitor that. So a lot of times we have these cakes just kind of pre-made, and they're fantastic, aren't they?
They are. You can't really tell a difference.
The one that I have is got strawberries and some light white icing on top, but the other one's kind of more chocolatey, and it's like a little Debbie treat. It's insane.
Yes.
And I might say that the meatloaf is also gluten-free, and there are a lot of other gluten-free options at Coney McCain's as well. Grandma Flo really kind of looks out for the G-free community, doesn't she?
That's good.
So we've got the fellows over there. They are chomping down. How are the things pairing up there?
No, really good. I've got like a cream pie here that I kind of jumped over to. It's really tasty.
I'm going for the apple pie.
We're going to go straight for dessert.
Right.
It's about that time.
Yeah.
Excellent. Lindsay, you've had the Coney McCain's before, yes?
Oh my gosh, I'm sitting here thinking I could really go for some of Grandma Flo's pie. Honestly, I really could. The coconut cream is probably one of my favorites.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah, it really is. But I've never tried the meatloaf, so now I have something I have to try.
Kidding?
I know.
I
know. Where have I been?
You've got to do it. That's Hunter. Wouldn't you say that is like the signature thing? Yeah.
You know what's nice is Coney's food is comfort food. It's the kind of food you want during these times, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
So it's a good choice. I'm always pleased to see cars lined up there for takeout. So you guys are doing an awesome job.
And you guys are just down the street, and you're filling growlers, right?
That's right. We're filling growlers. You can't come in and hang out like you used to, at least for a while. So stop and get a growler, get some comfort food from Coney McCain's, and roll on home, and you can be in your PJs all day if you want.
There you go.
And that brings up a great point, Hunter. Obviously, as Lindsay was saying earlier, things have just changed completely in the world, and you at Coney's, you've had to change the model of how you're doing things, how you're serving the community. What have you been up to?
That good?
So we're still offering a full menu with the exception of breakfast. We've been referring all of our breakfast customers down to the downtown cafe, which is right across the street from us. We're trying to focus more on just lunch and dinners and give them some breakfast business since we aren't doing it. So we are still doing full menu. All of our entrees, like the meatloaf, start after 4 p.m. We are keeping pretty busy doing a lot of bigger caterings, and for all those, we're doing individual packaging. So it is a little more time consuming, but it's a lot more important in health safety for the public, for us, for everyone. We did open a second phone number besides our 475-1111. If you can't get through at lunch, you can order there. It's 422-2323 or through Facebook Messenger. We've got a pretty organized system going for curbside. We've got a phone number to text when you arrive. We're staying busy with first responder tickets and vouchers, which we really appreciate all those. So, I mean, for the circumstances we have, we're just going with the flow. So
going with the
trying
flow.
to keep it all together.
Awesome. And there you go, Lindsay. You can do your pie. You can pick it up curbside and wear
I'm
your
going
nice
to, but
Halloween hair.
I'm curious. I want to know from Drew what might go best with a coconut cream pie.
What might go
Oh, gee,
best with a
you know,
coconut pie?
I would either go with a kind of maybe a coconut milkshake IPA or a kind of either a brown ale or a porter. You know, something to kind of complement all that cream and kind of balance it out with some chocolatey flavors and roasty flavors.
Now you're talking.
So.
Excellent. All right. Well, good stuff. Thank you to Hunter for joining us from Coney McCain's and Grandma Flo.
Thanks for having us.
And so everybody make sure that you're getting in there. Lindsay, nowdecatur.com. That's pretty much the starting point for all of the business that we're all dealing with right now. And
Yes, and just make sure weekdays that you're listening, Buyers and Company, 6 to 9 a.m. You can listen on WSOY AM 1340 or 103.3 FM, or we're also streaming online at nowdecatur.com. And those podcasts are always available as well. But every morning we have the mayor on giving the latest updates, a lot of really informative interviews. So make sure you're checking that out as well as the website.
Awesome. Thank you, as always, for being a fantastic promotional partner of Corks and Forks, whether it's virtual or live or anything in between. So we love you guys. Thank you so much. And then we've got, of course, that dude right over there, the Drewster. Thank you so much for coming in live and braving all the things. And you know what, real quick, Drew, you do have something sitting next to you. What is that you've got sitting next to you there? And you know what? There we go.
Yeah, we do have, I'll tell you what, for some of your donators that are going to call in, I got glasses here, and beer there is freedom. Believe me, this is truth. And also got one of our t-shirts. It's an extra large, so you use it to best effect. Here's something to keep the home light burning until this telethon is over.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Jerry, speaking to that, can you tell us a little bit once again what can people do? We've got several gifts potentially that people could potentially get from tonight.
Right, we have a collection of randomly selected thank you gifts. So anybody who gives a donation tonight, go to our website, decaturarts.org, click on the Donate Today button, and it'll be time-stamped. We'll know when you donated, so you will qualify. Anybody who donates tonight, $20 or more, will qualify for an opportunity to win or receive a randomly selected thank you gift. And this, what Drew has pointed out here, is one of our thank you gift packages. So appreciate that, Drew.
You're
Thank you very
welcome.
much. So if you make a gift to the Arts Council tonight of $20 or more, your name will be put into a bucket where we will randomly select a number of people to receive a thank you gift. And they've been donated by a whole variety of folks, and you can find those on our website, on the virtual Corks and Forks page as well, the list of people who've contributed to the thank you gifts. So some of them have to do, like Drew is here with our guests. Jimmy Johns is represented tonight, and also well, the list goes on. And also Children's Museum has donated some passes as part of our thank you gift opportunity. So again, just go to decaturarts.org, click on donate tonight or today to donate tonight, and a gift of $20 or more will qualify you to potentially win or receive one of our randomly selected thank you gifts.
All right, awesome. And with that, we will say goodbye to Drew, and we will move on and bring some other folks on as the transitioning happens here in-house, because we've got some more live guests that are going to be over there at the table, and we've got our awesome stage managers for the night. We've got Aaron and Steph that are wiping things down and prepping things up, and here comes Jerry joining me again with some apple pie. How's that apple pie?
Excellent.
Awesome.
That's why I had to keep it with me. There.
So moving forward, we're going to reset our Corks and Forks tables, so to speak. And joining us from the Corks side of it, although not really Corks at this point, but we've got Mueller, and look at this, we've got an actual Corks and Forks table right there. That's amazing.
Trying to bring Corks and Forks to the home tonight.
That is fantastic. Look at this, and I'm so happy that you're here, because you can actually talk about what it is that you have provided us with tonight, and you've got some pretty neat things that you've thrown our way.
We do. So, you want me to just go through every item?
Yeah. Let's take a look real quick, but as we're bringing everybody else on board.
All right, so we have a unique setup, wide variety of things here. Something that's completely unique and new. First and foremost is this Pabst hard coffee. So this is technically, the alcohol is derived from beer, but it is a hard coffee product, 5% alcohol. It does have a slight amount of caffeine that's incidental. A lot of people are saying it tastes like chocolate milk or a Yoo-hoo, but to me, it just tastes like, a bottled Frappuccino type of drink that you would get at a gas station. And it absolutely contains alcohol. It's delicious. It's delicious just out of the can. It's delicious over ice. It's good to mix with some other liqueurs. It's just a great item. Something that's it's good any time of day. Great for a tailgate. Great for your evening after your dessert drink. Just a really neat item. After that, that's the only item here that's not health conscious. Pabst coffee is definitely not a healthy item as far as your calories go. That's all right. It tastes great.
This is your weekend treat.
That's right. It's a treat. Definitely a treat. Everything else I have is health conscious. So
awesome.
One brand new light beer from St. Archer Brewing Company, which is located out in California. St. Archer Gold. This is a low carb light beer offering. 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, ultimate light beer, very functional beer, only available in cans. So when you're out in stores looking, you'll find it in the can area. Again, low carb, low calorie, from a craft brewery. So great tasting beer. Another near beer option is new Leinenkugel Spritzen.
Near beer.
Yes, half beer, half seltzer. So it's from the Leinenkugel Brewing Company. So everybody knows what Leinenkugel is all about. Easy drinking, a lot of fruit beers from Leinenkugel. So they developed the Spritzen, which is German. Is German for the word splash. So they have a pineapple, strawberry, and a raspberry lemon flavor, and they described as beer with a splash of seltzer. So my way I've been saying to people is that it's basically somewhere in between beer and seltzer. Seltzers are everywhere now. Everybody's drinking seltzers. This is kind of the meat in the middle, but low carb, low calorie, only 93 calories, 2.7 carbs. Just a great option for the upcoming summer season. And then the other two things that I have are seltzers. Brand new from Corona, made in Mexico. Corona Hard Seltzer, only 90 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar. So this is a seltzer that is all the way down to 0 carb.
That's awesome.
Right now it only comes in a variety pack. Variety pack has 4 flavors in it: lime, blackberry lime, cherry, and mango. And then staying on the seltzer bandwagon, we have new Vizzy hard seltzer. So Vizzy also comes in a variety 12-pack with 4 flavors in it: cherry lime, kiwi strawberry, blueberry pomegranate, and pineapple mango. And so the big thing about Vizzy is it's not just another hard seltzer. There's lots of hard seltzers out there as you stand in front of the beer cooler now.
Sure.
The difference with Vizzy is that it is sweetened with the acerola cherry, which provides vitamin C. So this is the first alcohol product ever approved by the FDA to actually say and market that it contains vitamin C. So each can of Vizzy has 20% of your daily vitamin C in it.
Well,
so
tell you what, we're going to open that one then. If you can find us a Vizzy here, and maybe you've already got this. So as you can see, I am now joined live by our.
Vizzy?
I think that's the
Super
Vizzy.
excited. Black cherry and lime.
We've got Chrissy and Andy from Giggles and Giggles Goodies. And so we're going to get into the Vizzy. We're going to get that opened up. And while you're opening that up, let's bring our other guest in, Amber Kaler.
Hey, Amber.
Hey, hello.
Talk about bringing people back together. I mean, you used to have a Giggles at the museum.
You did.
I technically split my time between here and the museum. So
we're bringing it full circle.
It's full circle. And now we've got these beverages that we're going to try.
Right. I didn't have a Vizzy, but I came prepared.
Fine and cool. Look at that. It's not the spritzing, but we're good.
Right.
That'll work.
I'm still repping.
That'll work?
I had to make sure I was repping.
That's
so.
right.
Yeah. Wes has me beat.
So we're digging the Vizzy.
I'm digging the Vizzy.
The Vizzy is Vizzy good?
Like, what's the calories and everything? 100 calories, 2 carbs. That's really good. That's not bad at all. Yeah.
So Kevin, you've got some fans here.
5% alcohol. Perfect.
I've been working really hard to like spritzers, and this is a good one.
Excellent, excellent.
But give it the thumbs up.
I'm a fan.
So Amber, you're joining us remotely, I assume, based off
from my bedroom, where I'm locked in here, hiding from my child. Yes.
You mean your coworker, right?
Yeah, my coworker was knocking on the door while I was, waiting for this, and I'm like, no, just no. Nope.
So obviously we have been down at the museum, and rightfully so. But the museum is still doing stuff. What's been happening? What's coming?
Yeah, I think, we've kind of started reframing the message of, the building is closed, but the museum is still going, and we're still providing programming. We have been producing online content. Jay, you're a huge part of that we put out several times a week, called Home Fun for Everyone. It's focused around our arts and science mission, and we're just really trying to provide families with opportunities for fun activities that are bringing little bits of the museum to them, since they can't come to us right now. And then the next step for that was we partnered with DPS, and the Community Foundation was so wonderful to work with us and provide a grant, and we're providing STEAM kits to all of the DPS students that are, the DPS families, I should say, that are picking up the food to go. So at the food to go locations, the school locations, we've been providing STEAM kits, and that, I think the first week we did it, we said, oh, we'll do a limited number and see how that goes. And then we had to double it the next week, and then we had to double that number, and we're probably gonna have to double that again. And we really want to be able to provide it to everybody. And we're looking to expand that to homeschool groups and, other groups as well. So we're still working. The building's just closed.
That's a great way of putting it, because we definitely are still doing the dang thing.
Yes, we are.
And speaking of doing the dang thing, ladies.
Hello.
So we have here in front of us some of the cookies, and it's so sad for me because being gluten free, I can't have any of these right now. So I'm going to.
You should have mentioned that. Because we do offer gluten-free.
You absolutely offer gluten-free, and they are amazing, and I have had them before. Look at this. Whoop! Little slide. Oh, these cookies are so good. Jerry's taking one.
Super jealous.
Go share those with people. We have people out there. But yeah, you do offer gluten-free. They are amazing. They're so good. And you're still offering, just like everyone else, you're trying to do what you can
We are.
when people can't come in.
It's not the everyday grab and go type situation, but we are offering cookies. You can go online to www.gigglesonmerchant.com, order your cookies. We're having Saturday pickups. I know that Mother's Day, Star Wars Day is coming up on
Cinco de Mayo.
So May 4th and Cinco de Mayo. So we might be opening up a couple other days you could pick up baked goods at the store.
Well, I mean, you've got May the 4th, May the 4th be with you. But you've also got May the 5th.
Exactly. Yeah.
Revenge of the 5th.
And then Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So we are opening up. We were thinking about just doing Saturdays, but I think we're gonna pick up a couple extra days.
Awesome.
If you have a request or a bigger order, we will
give us a call.
Yeah, excellent. And you're doing something else that's kind of special too, and you and I spoke about it the other day. And can you tell us a little bit about that? What you're offering up?
Oh,
to the
we are.
peoples?
Yes, we are selling masks. We have. Oh gosh, I have no idea. Probably about 600 mask orders at the store right now. It's been crazy. We're trying to fulfill all the orders right now, but hopefully we can get all the masks out to all the people. You can go to our website to order them.
And they are very comfortable, very
soft.
easy to breathe in, very soft fabric.
It's not your typical
It doesn't
medical
give
grade.
me a panic attack to wear it.
Awesome.
Yes, so please check out our website. Again, it's www.gigglesonmerchant.com, or you can always call us at 217-475-1099.
Excellent. And just to bring it back to the beverages, because I now have a Vizzy as well to give this a try. These are obviously available at Famous Wine and Spirits, who we have teamed up with for this year. But just generally speaking, as you have gotten out into the community and talking about masks and everything, what are you seeing? I mean, how are things out there when you're out and dealing with people?
You're asking about me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes.
So, I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag. You do see a lot of people with masks now, are being weird about it or rude or anything. You definitely get a few people look at you funny if you're not wearing a mask now. But I think the people are mostly being, polite and conscious and understanding, the situation and giving each other space. I haven't really encountered anything negative from anybody. And I'm in a lot of places every day, writing their orders and seeing what people need to stock their shelves and whatnot. So
yeah, good to hear. And let me say, I am 100% with the two of you. The Vizzy, is awesome.
It's really good.
Yeah, really
That's
super
what
good.
I could drink.
there's no doubt that the Vizzy, I mean, compared to all the seltzers, it seems to have just a tick more flavor than a lot of them. They've managed to keep the calories down and still get extra flavor in there, which is definitely a positive thing.
I agree 100%.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it,
Yeah.
and you're always so stinking good to us here at not just Corks and Forks, but the Arts Council in general. And so, thank you very much for all of it, as always.
Thanks for having us, and we think it's awesome that you guys found a way to do Corks and Forks even with the obvious circumstances at hand. So.
And you know what? You did provide us as well, and Amber, I think you'll be very interested in hearing about this if you weren't aware already. But you did give us a Leinenkugel umbrella that is available at our auction, which you can go to decaturarts.org and click over there, and someone might get a very nice patio Leinenkugel umbrella out of the auction.
Yeah, check it out. It's heavy duty. It's the real thing. It'll hold up forever. So somebody should be very generous with that offering.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Miss Kaler.
Always a pleasure.
Bye.
And I'll actually see you tomorrow. So I do have to keep things light on my end.
Right.
But
don't get too crazy with the Vizzy. We got work to do.
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, and then of course, you too.
Thanks, Jason.
I will be in for some gluten free at some point because I need it in my life.
You just gotta request it. I'll always make it for you.
Are we on like a break?
Cheers. You're good. You can get out of here.
I really do like this one.
Good. That's what Corks and Forks is about. Discovering
there was this
new
still
favorites. Yeah, you know, somebody's got to carry those off the table. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Might be us.
Who knows where they end up after the fact? Yeah.
We brought a driver with us.
Thank you. I'm going to switch it over real quick over to Ed so that we can see where he is with things. And look at that. We're getting some color now.
Sorry, I had to move the, it's an adjustable easel. So I had to kind of move down and start getting in some things.
An adjustable easel, look at that.
Yeah, these are handy for airbrush artists, especially when you've got to do different kind of things. I can work here without having to bend down, and then I can also move it down to here, and then I can work here. So it's kind of one of those deals. It's all over the place.
Yeah. So we're getting some color now. So it's slowly taking even more shape.
Yeah, I'm throwing the color. Now I'm at a point now where the black and white is messing with my eyes. So I need to put a little color behind it so I can kind of get back to the baseline. Getting ready to throw a little bit of red in the lips. Then I'll start working it all through again.
Excellent. And then so are you going to add anything to the hair at any point, or are you going to keep that kind of the nice platinum-ish look?
Well, I thought about that. If I put the yellow in, it'll kind of turn into pop art sort of thing. I don't know if we want to let the viewers decide, or you guys have a hotline, like call in, things like that. So
Awesome. It's looking fantastic. And this is going to be done come 9:30.
Oh yeah. I'm not far away now.
That's been wow. So you may start another one.
Who knows? I have chemical travel.
You know what I want to see, right?
What?
Baby Yoda.
No. Tell me.
We talked about it. Baby Yoda. I want a Baby Yoda.
Oh, Baby Yoda. I'll tell you what. I got a little time. I'll put this one up. I'll throw it up and get started. Maybe it'll be just for you, Jason. Yes, Baby Yoda rocks.
Baby Yoda rocks. You're awesome. All right. Thank you, Ed. We'll check in with you in a little bit. Jerry's back over co-piloting. We're getting more slips in there for the Hamilton raffle. Do you want to mention one more time what that's all about, Jerry?
Yeah, absolutely. $20, and you will have a chance to win a raffle, to win a theater package for two to go see a show at the Fabulous Fox Theater in St. Louis when the Arts Council has the opportunity to take a bus trip down there. Our bus trips include the coach ride down, a delicious buffet meal there at the theater, as well as tickets on the ground floor. And to see Hamilton, our tickets are going to be row 15, 16, 17, something like that. And then they'll pick you right up at the curb, right outside the theater, and bring you on back home. So $20, and you have an opportunity to win tickets to Hamilton.
Awesome. Jerry, we are right now going to make an attempt. The audio didn't work the last time, but we're going to give it a go. We're going to see what we can do here, and see if we can get another video to play. And Kim, our another one of our lovely assistants, Kim Faust, who is here all the time with us. Jerry needs to speak up a little bit.
I don't have nearly the boomy voice that Jason has.
I'm a little boomy.
I will try to speak up
a little boomy.
I will use my theater voice.
And I will say once again for everyone who is tuning in, thank you again for your patience.
This is the first time we've done anything like this.
And it's crazy.
It is crazy.
We saw a suggestion earlier that we probably should have been in the elevator for this, where the
acoustics
sound dampening would have
controllable.
So we appreciate you sticking with us through this, and yeah, hopefully you see something that catches your eye and you think, I want to try that.
And you learn a little bit more about what the Arts Council has to offer to the community and what we do year after year after year, and consider supporting the Arts Council. So here's a little something to give you an idea of what the Arts Council, how the Arts Council impacts folks.
Current circumstances mean all group programming, classes, and events have been suspended through the month of April. But when it's time to get creatively social again, we'll be ready.
We are so busy in our everyday lives that we really don't make time to have a creative outlet. So by coming to the Decatur Area Arts Council and
the audio is not playing,
classes
but
here,
I'll tell you what,
it allows us to schedule that
our
time.
assistant for tonight
And we
is
don't
Erin,
have to
who
worry
you are
about
seeing on
preparing
camera right
anything. We can
now.
just come,
And so
arrive,
She and a lot of her
and
friends enjoy
do
coming to
the
our
projects.
That's
and
right.
spend
So we
some
might
time
actually
with
bring her
old
on in
and
a little
new
bit, and we'll
friends,
just talk to her live
and then take
about
home a really
her
nice
experience
piece that
with,
we can either have in our homes or give as gifts.
That's kind of a bummer. Not sure why the audio isn't going out. You know, it's amazing. You can test these things left and right, and they work when you test them. And then when you pull the trigger, when it counts.
So let me tell you a little bit about our arts classes. Our technical director, Kim, is here again. What's up, Kim?
You were live over the video.
Oh, really? Okay.
Fantastic.
All right. So arts classes. One of the things.
Was there sound in the video, or are we just not hearing it?
Yes.
The sound is playing in the video.
Sound in the video, but I also heard you over it.
Well, because I didn't think there was any audio playing. So everybody, let's try this again. I'm going to let you listen to Erin talk about classes one more time, and I'm not going to say a word.
Current circumstances mean all group programming, classes, and events have been suspended through the month of April. But when it's time to get creatively social again, we'll be ready.
We are so busy in our everyday lives that we really don't make time to have a creative outlet. So by coming to the Decatur Area Arts Council and taking the classes here, it allows us to schedule that time. And we don't have to worry about preparing anything. We can just come, arrive, and do the projects and spend some time with old and new friends, and then take home a really nice piece that we can either have in our homes or give as gifts.
We're planning for the future here at the Decatur Area Arts Council, inspiring creative experiences that transform our community.
Is really an important part of what the Arts Council offers to the community. It actually is the cornerstone of when the Arts Council was founded over 50 years ago, 1968-69. And so we have art classes that we offer here in the Madden Arts Center for people of all ages and all skill levels. We offer homeschool classes for those that homeschool their children. In the spring and the fall, we have a series of 8 or 9 classes that we offer for homeschool kids. Custom classes, we offer those to like 4-H and Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, and we even offer team building art-related projects where people can bring their business associates in and have some fun with that, as well as field trips. I mentioned earlier, we have groups that come in and they come through the art gallery with an instructor who talks them through that particular exhibit. They learn more about the art's elements, colors, and design theory and things like that. And then they go upstairs to our studio and create art of their own based on what they saw in the studio. So our classes have a wide variety of things and other I guess arts education related things that we do. One of the things that I believe is the flagship of the Decatur Area Arts Council is our Performing Arts Series for Students, or PASS. So if you have a child or a grandchild who has been climbed on a bus there at school and they go to see a show at Kirkland Fine Arts Center, that is our PASS program. You as a child may have done that. It's been going on since 1970, since Kirkland Fine Arts Center was built. And so we're very appreciative of the fact that Millikan University Kirkland Fine Arts Center lets us use that space for our 6 or 7 children's theater, music and dance shows each year. We usually serve over 7,000 kids over the course of the year through our PASS program. And then also there are bus trips. Jay, tell them about the bus trips.
The bus trips, look, you can't beat it. This is part of the Hamilton raffle that we're talking about. We take a very comfortable bus down to the fabulous Fox Theater in St. Louis, and we get the best seats. They hook us up with the best meals. It's just it's an amazing time. These are Broadway shows right in your own backyard, basically, and they're not open at the moment because of things, but we are hotly waiting for them to come back.
Never experienced a Broadway quality show. This is a great way to do it. And my brother, for example, had never seen a Broadway show until he saw Phantom of the Opera, and it changed his life. Then he started going to see musicals. So if you got a husband or a brother or a father who you're trying to convince to go see some shows, get them on one of these bus trips. Believe me, they'll become a believer immediately.
Immediately.
One other thing I wanted to mention was we have what we call our Members Plus events. They're actually open to everybody, even though we call them Members Plus. But every quarter or so, we have an artist come in here to the Ann Lloyd Gallery and talk about what they do, why they do it, and how they do it. So always very fascinating. The last one we had an artist come in and talk about taking wool from sheep to sweater. So it was actually the journey that the wool takes from being sheared from the sheep. Then they board it, and then they spin it, and then they make their yarn, and then they color it, blah blah blah. So every quarter or so, we have an artist come in and talk about that sort of thing. We call those our Members Plus events. Keep an eye out on our Facebook page and our website to find when the next one's going to be, when things open up and we have the opportunity to offer them. We're hoping to offer Joshua Rhodes. He is a photographer from Central Illinois, and he takes astonishing photographs of the night sky. And he's going to be talking about his equipment, how he does that, and then you can see some of those images. So lots of arts education stuff here at the Arts Council.
Okay, so we are going to reset our table, so to speak, and we're going to bring over pure wine. And in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to shift things over to a good friend of not just the Arts Council, but just this event, and that is Dr. Alan Frigge. He is joining us via the Zoom. Hello, sir.
Jason, how are you and Jerry surviving this?
Oh my gosh, you tell me. This is one of those things where I'm trying to be very aware of what's happening, but at the same time, all the things are hitting all at once. So it's so nice to see your face.
Oh, so nice to be able to communicate with everyone there at the Arts Council so readily.
Yeah, and I kind of said this already, but you have been a part of my team for Corks and Forks for the last few years, and you've helped the Arts Council in several different ways. What are some of the ways that you've actually helped the Arts Council or been a part of the Arts Council through the years?
Well, I'm now a retired board member, served on the board for the maximum number of years that I could. And during that 10-year, served as the president of the council, and really enjoyed being involved in that really important activity that keeps everything moving along and helps to really bring the sentiment of the community into the staff of the Arts Council and still assume the responsibility for being sure that the Arts Council is fiscally responsible and being managed properly.
And not only that, but you're just, if I may, you're just awesome. And you add so much to what we do here, and just, for example, I know you've picked up some wine for this segment. What wines did you pick up?
Well, the one I'm drinking is, I don't know if it'll focus or not.
The Plunger Head.
The Plunger Head Zinfandel. Old vine. If you're going to get a Zinfandel, it has to be an old vine Zinfandel. And I love red Zinfandels. They have a very, very inky red color to them. You can hardly see through them when you pour them, but they have a nice balance of fruit, and yet there is sufficient tannin in the background that it's not an overly sweet wine. I really enjoy it.
I tell you what, I have now joining me Brett from Pure Wine, and how was that at describing?
That was very good.
And speaking of very good, you would agree that the wine is very good?
It is indeed, yes. The Plunger Heads, both the Cabernet and the Old Vine Zinfandel or Lodi in California. Zinfandel is actually my favorite out of the two. I really enjoyed the Zinfandel.
Is that one we need to pop here?
This could be one since he's drinking it. We could be drinking it with him.
Yeah, let's do that. Do we have the? Do we have our?
Oh, it's right here.
There we go. Okay. So we're gonna get that. And what are some of the other ones that we have here with us
We have
tonight?
Lee's Fitch Pinot Noir. It's a nice light style Pinot Noir. A few other varietals are blended in with it. But it's great, for a little bit of a picnic during the day. You could have it with a nice turkey sandwich, a little bit of bacon, lettuce on that, toasted. Also goes great with like a light cream pasta. So if you get us some glasses, I will open them
We've
up.
got some glasses right here, sir.
I am going to forego my earpieces.
Absolutely, absolutely. Al, so you're sipping on that. You said you did have another one though that isn't currently open.
I got the Cigar Box Malbec.
Have you had that one before, or is that going to be a new try for you?
And that's going to be a new try for me.
And that is in the spirit of Corks and Forks, is it not?
It's that's the one thing about the event that I've always enjoyed, is being able to sample a wide variety of wines and really be able to determine what I like. You know, the wine connoisseurs have their ways of grading things, but when it comes to wine, it's really what tastes good to you and what you enjoy drinking.
Well, we have some as well now. We will sip with you. Cheers. And
cheers.
Excellent. Oh, yes, very nice, very nice. Awesome. And it wouldn't be wine without the pairing of the food. And so, if you wouldn't mind, just ever so briefly, I'm going to bring in someone else, and then you come right back, and we'll hit the rest of these things. What's that?
This will be the eating table. A couple of us will be eating some of this.
Excellent, wonderful. All right, so head on over here. I have joining me now from Bistro 537 right here. Hello. Hello. And this was kind of a last minute live joining.
Yes,
so
yeah. I had to drop off the food anyway. So
you need something here though, don't you?
Exactly. Of course.
Allow me, sir. What can you tell us? We don't have it in front of us. We've got the other table set up. But what can you tell us about what you have brought for us tonight?
We made an egg roll that is stuffed with brie and blackberry. So Jerry's over there trying it. Looks like he's making a nice mess over there.
Yeah. What is happening here? What is going on?
There's delicious blackberry dip, and I just spilled it all.
Good thing I made enough, right?
And I have a guest eater also.
Yep. You do have a guest eater, and that is Lucky. Hello.
How are you?
Famous Wine and Spirits, our big beverage partner. That I mean, come on, man. It's been awesome so far.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about what Jerry's got here.
Okay, so he has a brie and blackberry egg roll. So it's just an egg roll wrapper, and it has brie, a little bit of goat cheese, and then I cooked down some blackberries. So that's just in there. You just deep fry it for a little bit, and then I just made a quick little blackberry vinaigrette on the side to kind of dip it in there.
And what's awesome about what you have prepared for us, well, there's a couple things about it. One, Bistro 537 not doing anything right now.
No, we are not.
So, and Richland as a whole,
Correct,
not doing anything right now.
Correct.
So you were so kind to make something for this. And here's the really cool thing. This recipe is available on DecaturArts.org. You can get this recipe. They can make it themselves at home.
They can make it, and it's super easy.
Super easy.
Literally 6 ingredients. That's it.
6 ingredients. Approximately how long will that take?
It take 15 minutes.
15. Come on. Go get this recipe. Put this in your mouth along with this stuff. So.
It's good, and it pairs well with wine too. I like it with a nice red wine. So.
Do you miss getting in and doing the thing?
I miss the students. I miss seeing everybody and just getting in the kitchen and doing stuff. But we'll get back there. But it's different, but we're going.
And again, we're so excited that you could be here with us tonight because again, you just in general, it's always good working with you. You're always so good at supporting the Arts Council.
It's always great. It's always great to be able to contribute to events like this. Like everybody said before, Corks and Forks is one of my favorite events as well. So this is awesome to do it this way. Next year we'll do it the other way.
Awesome. Do you want to go join the fellows real quick and eat some of what you've been working on?
I sure will.
As I struggle yet again with the technology side of this. Oh my goodness, the technology. So they're eating, they're chatting. Brett is heading back over. Brett,
you're making me hungry, Jason.
Well, Well, you know, you could be here too. Hop in the car, get over here, we'll hook you up with something, Al. So, Al, what was the other one you said that you had picked up? What was it again?
The cigar box.
The cigar box. What can you tell us about the cigar box?
Cigar box is a Argentinian Mendoza Malbec. I've actually been blessed with supplying this to local places for quite a while now. It's Argentinian. It's right on the coast, so it gets a lot of minerality in it. It's French oak aged.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Is this the one? I was reading one. It's like aged for quite some time. Is this the one,
not
or?
too much. They do about 12 months, a little bit
Okay,
after that
okay.
comes through in the bottle. But you know, it kind of gives a little bit of that vanilla aroma to it after a little bit of the ripe plum comes out through it. It's very nice, easy drinking. You know, those tannins are nice and firm. It's plush. Absolutely fantastic.
Excellent, awesome. And would it pair with something like what Brian has over there, or
grilled meats, even salmon?
Yeah.
You know, is a great pair. The tannins aren't too firm, you know, so it's a nice crossover from your beef or pork to even a fish dish.
Sure, sure. And then other than that, what do we have here? We've got
we're also doing the Auspician Mystic Red. It's a fantastic barbecue blend. It's a little bit of a Zinfandel with Merlot and Cabernet. So excellent with barbecue, grilled meats. Great outside outside grilling weather on it, really.
This is so awkward. It's backwards what we're seeing, so it's like finding the right angle there.
I was watching on the way over here because I was coming from Springfield, and I was like, well, everything that was up there was a little bit backwards, but.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
You feel my pain. And then our final one, the Lease.
The Lease Fitch Pinot Noir. It's a nice, easy drinking Pinot Noir. Great for an afternoon picnic. This is named after Jacob Lease and Henry Fitch. They were basically brothers-in-law. They decided to come into Sonoma and open a winery. They've been going ever since. These are brought to us by our 3-badge enology partners that we supply they supply us with the wine, and we bring it to your local stores. Absolutely fantastic. We also have the Plunger Head Cabernet. This is a nice Cabernet. Goes excellent as well with grilled meats. You know, I kind of got
It
some
is-
stuff that's
it
great
is
for
delish.
barbecue,
Yeah.
great for picnics. Easy sipping, nothing over the hill on tannins.
There's the other Plunger Head there.
Yes, Plunger Head. And Plunger Head, actually, the gentleman who it's named after, last name is Plunger Heed.
Really?
So then the name kind of became Plunger Head to kind of go for the market.
Get out!
So it's a pretty cool little
See what you learn at Corks and Forks, virtual or not? That's awesome. And I now will have the name Plunger Heed in my head.
I
rolling
always
around.
think about it.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear the name Plunger Head, I'm like, okay, Mr. Plunger Heed.
Did you know that, Al? Did you know that Plunger Head was named after Plunger Heed?
Yes, I did, because it's on the back of the bottle, believe it or not.
Get out!
That's right. Yeah. It says,
There
just
you
call
go.
me Plunger Head.
But apparently the picture that is on the label came from one of Plunger Head's associates who presented him with a bottle at his desk one day where they had taken a photograph of Mr. Plunger Heed and superimposed the plunger on top of it because he had become so exasperated by being misnamed Plunger Head that his associates thought to have fun with him. So.
Any kind of a wine that you drink is always fun, right? And even the stories afterwards make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah. Well, Al, I know that you're drinking one bottle. Do you think you'll get to that second bottle tonight?
Probably not.
Well, as I say, you feel free to make your way down here, and we'll hook you up on the food side of things. I feel bad that you don't have any of the food.
I appreciate the offer, Jason.
And I'll tell you what, in honor of you not having any food, because I have not really taken bites of anything because I keep doing this stuff, I'm going to take a bite of this awesome Coney McCain's gluten-free cake in your honor, Al. So good.
I am honored.
Say hello to the missus for me, would you?
Oh, we'll do that.
Awesome. Al Friggi, everybody. Awesome, awesome, Al Friggi. Excellent. And you, sir, you're going to be back in like moments.
Yes.
So if you want to head over that way, I think they're getting set up. We can actually kind of set the table, so to speak, for the table that they're setting.
Oh, okay.
We're going to do a section on bourbon.
That's right.
We're going to switch things up. We're going to go to the spirits side of things. And you have provided us with Trey.
Well, one of them is a bourbon, and then the other two are more or less rye whiskeys.
Okay.
So one of our newest whiskeys in our portfolio is Benjamin Chapman.
Okay.
And Benjamin Chapman was a name that kind of originated in the 1960s. Sort of as an alias. So
which one is that? That's this one here, right?
This is the first one here, kind of in the diamond cut top bottle.
There we go.
So Benjamin Chapman really is kind of an alias. Nobody's really figured out who Benjamin Chapman is until this day. So we're all sort of a Benjamin Chapman. So, you know, when you go into a hotel, you know, you don't want too many people to know who you are. You just use the alias Benjamin Chapman.
I do all the time.
Yeah, me as well.
That's how we introduce each other to each other, right? Hello, Benjamin Chapman. Yeah, when we can do handshakes. Benjamin Chapman, good to meet you. Hello. Hey, yeah, come on in. Everybody, Lucky from Famous Wine and Spirits has joined us.
How you guys doing?
Hello. You know, just so everybody knows, we have discovered that the sound is a little better when we keep it over here versus taking it over to our other table. So we're just going to bring people over here now. Perfect. More and more. And you can't hear the people, but you can hear us. Okay. And hopefully the people can hear you. Perfect. Perfect. Yep. Excellent. Nice shirt, sir.
Well, thank you.
And who do we have, briefly, who do we have across the way here, Lucky?
Alec.
Hello. And you, if I'm not mistaken, you have come to help us enjoy the bourbon.
We're the tasters. Yeah, we're here to taste. Professional tasters. Well, then we're going to have to get some samples of the Benjamin Chapman out.
I think we're going to have to, yes. So let's get some things opened. And I'm going to unmute. We're going to try. Bear with us with the audio, folks. We're going to try and get the microphone across the way over. No? Okay. No. Jerry said, So, never mind.
Should I
speak up? So what can, here, I'll scoot over. You can get up a little bit. I've got a loud, boomy voice.
Use your Jason voice.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. That's it.
All right. So what I guess, Brett, you can tell us first, what are we going to try first? And we'll all kind of get one of these.
So we'll taste the Benjamin Chapman first.
Benjamin Chapman first.
51% rye, aged 10 years in a white oak cask. And then 49% of the Benjamin Chapman is wheated in American oak. So it gets a 7-year label on it. It's very smooth. So it's Canadian rye and wheat in this.
And that's what you guys have?
Yep. Okay. Cheers. Cheers all the way around. All right.
Delicious like always.
Oh,
has
yeah.
no advice for you.
Yeah. Well, it's in the back of the throat, but your first, I mean, it's super sweet.
Goes down.
Yeah.
Leaves that single.
Oh yeah. What do you guys think across the way? What do you think?
Really smooth, yeah.
It's like a rye whiskey that's mixed wheat. It's a super sweet finish, super rye on the front, black pepper, and then lots of caramel at the end.
Look at this. Yeah. We know things about things. Wow.
I know Alec over there.
I say it's good.
It is good.
Well, I was going to say the same thing, but I guess I won't say it.
You need to do it. No, that's really good. So then, okay, so this is our number one. What's our number two?
Number two, actually, let's switch these around here. We'll do the rye and then we'll go to the bourbon. So the next one will be the Rebellion Rye Whiskey.
Okay.
This one has 65% rye with, let's see here, 25 of it wheat and then the rest of barley. So Rebellion Rye kind of pays tribute to the farmer distillers who stood up against the spirits tax for American whiskey in 1794. So it's a little tribute to them.
Okay, you guys got this next round?
Not yet.
Terry's got it.
Oh yeah, we kind of have the bottles over here, don't we? Yeah, yeah. It's a struggle being on the other side of the room.
That's okay. And we can send it there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And I should say, the whole reason that we're even doing this segment is in talking, you are a big Bourbon fan.
Yes, I am.
So we felt we could take a pause in some of the other stuff and just have some bourbon.
Drink and think about it. Think about this COVID-19 and say, okay, it should be over soon.
Yeah.
When it does, what we need to buy? Bourbon.
Oh no, we don't want to wait till it's over. Look, I've been in your store several times, and you're doing curbside. You're running stuff out to people if they need it. You are. I mean, people can still come in. And,
We try.
And I mean, yeah.
At this point, we're willing to do anything that helps our customers.
Sure. Awesome.
I do my best, but you know how that is.
But you know. Awesome.
You can always
All right.
ask that.
Shall we?
All right, guys.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. All right. So what's striking me about that one, the first one we talked about sort of the immediate and then the back, this one just sits right in the middle.
It does, yeah. Very smooth.
Let's go to a professional, see what.
Yes, let's see what we're saying across the way here. What you got?
Well, you're more eloquent, I mean.
Obviously, you definitely get the rye there. It's a rye bomb. Lots of black pepper, a little bit of anise. I don't get any caramel, I figured that 23% corn would come through a little more. I get a lot of rye.
Yeah, same. It's got a lot of rice.
I do get the barley finish, the smoky finish at the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes,
So
definitely.
the barley come 12% high for.
You know, I've still got Al on the line, and I'm curious, Al. Are you a bourbon fan?
Well, I'm a Scotch drinker for most of my life, adult life, I should say. But
not hitting the bottle around 6 or 7 so much.
No.
Okay.
But I've enjoyed a wide variety of things. Probably my biggest exposure to bourbon was at an event called the Kentucky Bourbon Affair last year, where I was introduced to quite a variety of classic cocktails made with a variety of bourbons. But sipping bourbon has really become part of my armamentarium when I'm visiting a restaurant.
Right on. Excellent. Well, much like the food, Al, we will raise a glass in your honor for this one.
I wish I were there to help you rate that glass.
We'll have to schedule something soon. 6 feet apart, but we'll get you. We'll make it happen. So, all right. So what are we pouring for this go round?
This last one will be the Rebellion Bourbon, so a little bit different on the mash bill. We got about 70 to 72% corn.
Okay.
And then the rest will be the small grains, rye, and barley. So we're moving from the rye onto the bourbon, and the bourbon will be more of the corn rather than the rye and the wheat.
Was there another story behind this rebellion?
The rebellion, as far as I know, it's just I'm not sure about the stars. I can't remember right off the top.
You know what? No one's gonna know. Make something up.
That's right. Yeah. You know.
Does Alex know?
It's there's not really a historical story behind it. It's imported or brought to us by an Italian importer, I think.
Oh, wow.
But the story or the philosophy behind the name is in a time when everybody's making whiskeys, you rebel and make good whiskey. So that's their premise, is that they're trying to bring you something that's quality and not just gimmicky.
Interesting.
So that's why they've got the 6 rebels on the back of the bottle that you can see through the front.
And I'm sure since you knew that part of the story, you know the name of that gentleman who first rebelled, right?
Paul Revere.
I think so, yes.
Well, we're not going to reveal that until next year.
Eli
Stay tuned for more.
Eli
Exactly.
All right, shall we? All right, let's do this one. All right.
So what do you think? It's gonna stay on your tongue for a while.
Yeah, it is. Wow. Once again, I have to say, depending on what you're drinking, you know, sometimes it punches you. None of these have that. All of these just kind of wash in.
They kind of have their own flavor profile.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a different.
This one's hitting me a little bit more in the back.
80?
We got a 90 on the Benjamin Chapman, and then we got 86 on the Rebellion Rye, and then 94 on the Rebellion Bourbon.
So anything over 100 will give you that.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's so thank you so much for I guess planting the seed for bourbon
It will
segments.
grow next year.
Yeah, that was a nice
Yeah,
little.
Good.
Yeah. And thank you for being here with us. It's so weird. It's so weird being not able to do any of the things.
High five.
You know? Yeah. High five. Let me see it over there. High fives. High fives. Yeah. So we want to thank Alex, Lucky, Brett, the bourbon. Al's been with us all this time. Just awesome. I'm gonna do this real quick over here. It's so hard to see the screen sometimes. I think I'm doing the right thing. There we go. Right there.
It's working, right?
Yeah. The technology side of this has been fun all that long. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jay, for having us out.
Absolutely. We'll be in touch. You know it. And as we get things switched around, we are going to watch another video, everybody.
Current circumstances mean all group programs We're planning for the future here at the Decatur Area Arts Council, inspiring creative experiences that transform our community. locations, all the public art, murals. Go to our website, decaturart.org, and click on Arts in the Area, and you'll find a Google map that'll show you all the different murals and sculptures around the city. Get in your car, drive around, take pictures. Don't even have to get out of your car, just enjoy them, and then talk about the art and some of the history that's involved around that art.
So maybe half of that you heard.
Yeah. But we're going to move on. We have our next food guests and drink guests. So
you know what? Real quick, let's briefly bring it back around. The mural project.
It says head. It
First
has a
half of
picture.
what we were talking about just now. Yeah, it's a nice idea to pile the family into the car and drive around and check these things out.
Right. The project started in 2012. We've completed 12 murals for the Arts Council, and then a variety of other murals have been painted by other folks in the community. So it's a growing thing. People seem to really enjoy it, and I tell people as long as we can find the buildings, the artists, and the money to keep the whole thing going, we will.
Yeah.
Which brings up, of course, this is a kind of a telethon. So if you'd like to support the Arts Council projects like the mural project or the classes that we do, you can make a gift to the Arts Council tonight. Go to decaturarts.org and click on the Donate Today button right there at the top of the page. If you want to buy a ticket to possibly win a raffle ticket to possibly win a theater package for two to go see Hamilton sometime later on, you can do that, $20. Also, anybody, you go to our website, decaturarts.org, click on the virtual Corks and Forks page, and you'll find a link there on that page to go buy your lottery tickets, or your raffle tickets rather. We have an auction going on. You can find that link to the auction on the same page, so you can bid on those auction items. But just whatever you can do, we really appreciate, and we just keep doing what we do. So who's our next food and drink guest coming up?
So I'll tell you what, we're going to, real quick, ever so briefly, we are going to check back in with Ed Lozano Jr. and see how things are going over there. Ed, man, oh man, look at the detail that has been added to this sucker. Look at that.
Well, so now I'm in the phase of the finalities. Usually now is what I do is I start adding white highlights. Actually going into the hair, I'm going to actually do some scraping. I intentionally do a little bit overspray on purpose, and then I go in and scrape and pull that platinum look into it. Gives it that little bit of a kick. So yeah, we are rounding home on this bad boy. Like I said, this is on a 22 by 28 framed, ready to hang canvas. Matter of fact, great part about airbrush is you're almost working dry all the time. So I can actually touch this. I can touch this. It's not dragging paint or anything. You can actually hear me doing it. Frame canvas. So whoever's going to get this bad boy,
anything you want,
is going to get a great 1 of 1. It'll be signed by myself.